Hello, and welcome back, or welcome to another EdTech video tutorial here at BC Law. This quick video tutorial is going to be the first in a long series of video tutorials I'm going to shoot to help show you the ins and outs of using your BC Zoom account. In this video, I'm just going to show you how to set up your Zoom account at BC if you don't already have one, the preferred method for signing into your Zoom account to make sure you're actually logged into the proper account, quickly go over your profile and dashboard pages on the Zoom website, as well as how to download the desktop software and navigate its basic features. This series is going to include a lot of deep dives into the various features and options within Zoom, so stay tuned for that. Definitely check out the YouTube playlist to learn everything you need to know about using Zoom here at Boston College. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'd like to show you is how to either set up or sign in to your Zoom account here at BC. I already have a Chrome web browser open here. The easiest thing to do is to go to our dedicated Zoom page, which if I click in the address bar in my web browser and go to bccte.zoom.us, you'll be brought to this landing page that makes it really easy and streamlines the process for signing in or configuring your account. The nice thing about this page is that whether you have a Zoom account already or not with BC, by using this sign-in process, you'll automatically be given an account if you don't have one, and if you do have a Zoom account, then you'll just be signed in to your profile page. So if I go ahead and click sign in, I'll be brought to the BC sign-in page, and I just type in my primary BC credentials to get started. This will log me into the Zoom website, and I'll be brought to my Meetings tab of my Zoom profile here. Alternatively, let me sign out real quick. You can also go directly to Zoom's website, which is zoom.us. Click the sign in button in the upper right corner. And then instead of using Zoom's default sign in area here up at the top, you want to make sure you choose sign in with SSO. SSO stands for Single Sign-On, and it is a service that organizations use to let their users sign in with just a single username and password. It helps your life to be a little bit easier by only having to remember one set of credentials, and it is the preferred way to sign in to your Zoom account here. So if I click Sign In with SSO, at this point I'm actually asked to specify my company domain, which is BCCTE. You don't need to type anything else other than BCCTE here. It automatically fills in the rest for you, and then I click continue. Again, I'm brought to the BC sign-in page, which I will fill out with my primary credentials. And again, I'm brought to the Zoom page, and I can see the meetings tab of my dashboard here. So here's just a very quick high-level overview of the Zoom website. I'll be recording other videos that do deep dives into each of the areas of the website, but for now, I just want to walk you through the basics. So to start, as you saw me do before, up on the top right corner, you'll see your profile image here. It may also just be your initials if you haven't set a profile photo. If I click this, I can sign out of my account from here if I wanted to. I also just want to show you quickly on the profile page. This is where you would go to change your profile picture if you'd like. It's also where you would go to make sure that you have a licensed user type. This makes sure that any of the meeting time restrictions, like the time limit restrictions, are lifted, and you know that you have a full licensed Zoom account at Boston College. If for whatever reason you need to edit any of the information here, you can use any of these edit buttons on the right-hand side to do so. The Meetings tab of your Zoom account shows any upcoming meetings that you currently have scheduled. It also lets you schedule a new meeting if you'd like. Previous meetings shows any of the previous meetings that you've held. This is also where you can get information about the attendees of your meeting and other statistics along those lines. Your personal meeting room gives you a link that you can send to people. You can think of this as basically like an open office type of link. The ID never changes, so I wouldn't share it with too many people. And in fact, in my video tutorial that goes over how to create meetings, I'll give you some good tips and tricks for how to set up a scheduled meeting to use as a personal meeting room instead. The meeting templates would just be if you know you have a couple different types of meetings you'd like to start, you could save all of the settings so that you can quickly create meetings based off of those in the future. You have your settings area here, which I won't cover in this video, but at a basic level, this is how you set a bunch of meeting defaults. Again, this just helps you in the future so you can get up and running as quickly as possible. When you create new meetings or schedule new meetings ahead of time, it will respect all the settings that you set here. I'm going to go back to the Meetings tab and scroll down to show you one more thing here, and that is how to download the desktop meetings client. So if you scroll down at the bottom of really any page inside of Zoom, but under the download section and click on Meetings Client, you'll be brought to this download page, and you want to download the Zoom client for meetings. By the way, if you've ever joined a meeting before, this is the first thing Zoom prompts you to download and install, so you may already have this installed on your computer, but if this is your first time getting set up, then you want to make sure you could click download and install the latest version of this. By the way, I'm just going to open up a new tab and go back to that BCCTE Zoom website, our dedicated webpage here. There's also a direct link to the download client on this page as well. So if you ever need the latest version, you can find that in either of those two places. Click the Zoom client for meetings download button here, and a download window will appear where you can save and install this particular product. Once it's downloaded, depending on which browser you're using, you can go to your downloads here, click the installer, and go ahead and install the software. You can leave all the defaults in place and just click through until it installs on your machine. Once it's finished installing, you could go ahead and close or delete the installer package or software. You don't need that anymore, and it will go ahead and open up Zoom for you. Similar to how you signed in on the web, let me just minimize the browser here to reduce some of the clutter. Once the Zoom app opens on your computer, all you need to do is click the sign in button, and then just like on the web, again, you want to sign in with SSO. Type in the BCCTE domain here, then click continue. It will launch a web browser, bring you back to the Boston College sign-in page, and again, sign in with your primary credentials. Once you're successful, it will prompt you to open the Zoom app again, and then you'll be signed into your account. Once this is open, I just want to talk through some of the highlights of the software. The first thing is, again, up in the right-hand corner, you can see your profile information, the fact that I do have a licensed account, and it also shows you which username you're signed into. If you need to get to the settings for the desktop app, then you can click settings here, and I'll be covering these in depth again in another video. This is also where you can run updates for your software if you're not automatically prompted to do so when you log in. At the top of the app, you have your navigation on the top here. So on the home page, this will show you any scheduled meetings that have a date and time associated with them. If anything is coming up for today, they will be listed here. You can click this new meeting button to instantly start a new meeting. You can click join if you know the meeting ID of the meeting you'd like to attend. You can also schedule meetings right from here. The share screen button is similar to join. It just joins a meeting of a known meeting ID and automatically shares your screen. The next tab I want to talk about is meetings. On the meetings tab, this will show you any upcoming meetings that you have, whether they're recurring or not. As you can see, these don't have a particular date and time with them, so they didn't show up on the home page, but they do show in my meetings tab. It also shows your personal meeting room. Any recordings that you've done on this computer, it will show you under the recorded tab, and you could click this plus button to schedule a new meeting from here as well. And that's actually it for this video tutorial. I'll be doing many more on Zoom, including the deep dive into settings both on the web and the desktop software here, as well as how to properly schedule and join meetings, and little tips and tricks to make you the most successful you could be while using Zoom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.